What's up, Joel?
You know, the rent.
No, it's not. It's down, isn't it?
I mean, crypto's down.
Lita, how are you?
Drunk.
You're drunk already?
Yeah, it seems like I'm
always
always
drunk.
Only when I come here. What about you?
I'm feeling good. I've only had one drink.
Why?
You think does that make you more special than us?
Yeah, I mean.
Yes.
You Christian.
So, what's going on in Colombia?
We're gonna find that out on episode number 61. We're not gonna give it away on the intro.
61.
61.
Everyone's getting burned down. Everyone's dying. Don't come to Colombia.
Fake news
Fake news.
Fake life.
At Colombia Podcast.
at Colombia Podcast. If you want to get a good fix of your fake news, tune in to the Colombia Podcast every Friday, live, sort of. Right? Sort of live.
Right, yes. And also, everything you hear here is fake. Disinformation. No? Okay.
That's
it's
not
real.
the type of show that this is. That's not the type of show that is. So
No,
how are you
It's
feeling?
real, it's
Andrew?
real, it's real.
You gotta fake it till you make it.
Right.
Why is everybody stealing all my stuff? Yeah, you gotta fake it till you make it. That's the first thing I wrote down today. So anyways, we're about to kick off episode number 61 of the Colombia Podcast. We've been away, but we're back and we're here to stay, at least for another week. What do you say?
Amen to that, my friend.
And you?
Yeah, we're here to stay.
Episode number 61 of the Colombia Podcast. Let's hit it.
It's got
Is
a
it
little
Is
excited.
this supposed to be a dog bark?
Welcome to the Colombia Podcast. My name is Andrew Messia. This is episode 61. How we doing today, guys? Joel and Lita,
Who?
how are you?
Can we do something
Who's
for
Lita?
a second? Shouldn't we be closing that door?
There's no way that they can hear that.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
We're doing great. I mean, I'm doing great. I'm happy to be here in Colombia. We were away for a little bit. We went to Mexico for about a month.
Viva Mexico.
Viva Mexico. They treated us very nicely, but I think I'm leaning towards Colombia a bit more than Mexico these days. It was
It was never
really?
it was a tie.
Question.
It was a tie.
No,
It
you've
was
seen
a tie.
Mexican women?
I used to love
You've
Mexico.
seen Mexican women? Have you seen the
I have
women
seen
in
a few.
Mexico?
I've seen some Mexican women,
Yeah, exactly.
and that's the only thing that you're gonna judge.
That's the only thing that tipped the scale for you?
Wow, that's a
They-
good play on
Damn.
that. No, seriously. I lived in Mexico. I love Mexico. I've got a tattoo, which I won't take my clothes off. Nobody.
But
needs
that
to
was
see
before
that.
you came to Colombia, right?
Yes, but I kept going back to Mexico, and I love Mexico. Have you been to Mexico?
No. I have.
No.
Yeah, no.
Sure. And that's how they say yes in Venezuela.
Exactly. No.
No. Yo, but it's actually a really great place, and we were over there for about a month. And honestly, I think that for the first time I realized that Mexico is way too gringo for me now. I think I've become way too sort of like
You're
Latino.
paisa. You're paisa now.
Yeah. Well, I can go without sex for a month, so I could do Mexico for a month. It's like a sabbatical, you know.
A month.
Okay.
Yeah, a month.
Okay, so that's
Rehab
your
from
threshold.
sex.
Yeah, it's rehab from everything. Just go over there and go surfing and pretend to be a hippie.
We gotta
Wear
ask
no
that
shoes.
question. We gotta ask that question to the people in the audience. How long they can go without sex? I think
That's a
that'd
Yeah.
good question. I
that's
like
great.
it.
We're gonna come back.
Oh,
to
yeah,
it.
we'll come back to that. We'll come back to how long you can go up without sex.
Yeah.
I'll pin it.
Up in it.
Up.
What?
Ay, ya empecé. ¿Cómo se dice?
I'll paint it.
put
I'll
a
paint
pin
it.
in it.
You're right. You'll paint it.
Oh, you'll paint it.
Paint
You-
it.
that's what
Paint
you
it.
said.
I'll pen it. I'm like, wait, that means I'll penis in
I'll
Spanish.
pen it.
I'm like, I don't need.
I'll pin it.
I'll pen it. Okay, cool.
Okay.
I'll pin it.
So hey, I'm just gonna say to you both, welcome back. As you guys see, Lita Candela is sitting in the Queen's chair today. And as we said it a few episodes ago, you guys asked for it, and here she is. So
Keep
if you don't
asking.
like it,
Keep asking.
Yeah.
Just, what do you need? What do you need to ask? No, I'm just kidding. Or
she's
not.
actually really drunk. Anyway, so yeah, so let's get to it, people. We got 1 hour. We're gonna go through. We're not gonna hit you guys with those hour and 40 minute episodes. We're going for an hour. We're gonna
We've already
talk
been
about-
live for an hour. We've already been live for more than an hour.
So it's technically the 1 hour and 50 minutes.
Yeah.
So technically, we'll be recording and live for more than an hour, but the episode will be less than an hour.
Okay.
Episode number 61. Here's my declaration. Here's what I want. I believe in the law of attraction. I believe in throwing stuff out there. I want the Colombia Podcast. I want us to be the number one podcast in this country, the number one listened to podcast, for more reasons than just that we drink and talk a bunch of bullshit. But we actually bring real good content, real great guests, and we keep you up to date on what's going on here. So here's the declaration. I don't know what date it is today. I've lost track of that, but episode number 61. We want to be the number one podcast in Colombia. We're going to go get it. Mark my words on that.
So does that mean that we have to do episodes in Spanish, right? If we're going to be number one in Colombia, right?
Some more episodes in Spanish. I got to hire Carla, the Spanish goddess or whatever, to give me some classes. We're going to talk a bit about how I messed up in Spanish or English or both earlier this week in a coffee shop, and I'm now the laugh of the town. We'll talk about that later.
All right.
Yeah. So what are we talking about today?
So today, among other things, we're going to be talking about being fake and fakeness and fake it. Fake.
Yeah.
We got a lot of fake. That's the overall topic. So one of the things that we're trying to do at the Colombia Podcast is to try to come up with topics that transcend Colombia, right? For some reason, Colombia attracts a lot of fake people and fakeness. And I'm not talking about just foreigners, but even the Colombian people themselves like to fake things, right? Like you ask, are you happy? Like, for example, there was a big questionnaire done by a company of the happiest countries in the world, and you ask a Colombian, are you happy? They can be feeling like shit. They just murdered their family. They're in jail. They're living with rats. Are you happy? Oh, see.
Wait, murdered their family, living with rats, and just came out of jail.
Some dark story over there.
Or in jail with rats.
Okay.
But they will fake it.
And
They will fake it. You'll get into an elevator. Oh, today I fucking stubbed my toe. The hot water didn't turn on. I had to take a cold shower. I got into an elevator and I see my neighbor. I have to say hi and smile. Buenos dias.
Wait, that's not a bad thing.
That's not a bad thing. I'm not saying. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. But there is a level of fakeness in Colombia, and also the people that are attracted to here. Like, for example, the foreigners that come here, and many of the foreigners that settle here pretend. And I do believe in faking it till you make it. You know, so I'm not criticizing it per se. Okay. I'm just saying that we should talk about it.
Sometimes you don't make it.
I think we should I think we should talk about and inform people about what you'll find in Colombia, and also, maybe do some reflection, right?
Yeah, of course. And I think that an appropriate name for this episode, and we're gonna get cranking, should be "Faking It in Colombia." So we're gonna name it "Faking It in Colombia." We're gonna be talking about faking it. We sat down and we were joking about faking it, about different things, which I think none other than Andrew should kick this one off with the first thing that he said, because I was like, guys, what should we address this week on the Colombia Podcast? And you said,
one of my favorite things in the world are asses, and fake asses are number two.
I don't think you said fake asses. You said you said fake butts.
Fake butts.
Oh,
you said
sorry.
I want to talk about fake butts, so we're gonna start off with fake butts.
What's the difference between ass and butt?
Butt is more like, like, girl, show me your butt. Yeah. And ass is like, lady, please. Oh, your boss is in my face. Your ass.
Boss is in my face.
Your ass.
Lita does not know.
So we're talking about fake asses today on the Colombia Podcast.
It's all 1 hour long
fake butts.
Yeah.
I like big butts, and I cannot lie.
All right, so let's start with that. We're gonna start with the most important of the fakes, right?
Okay.
And I know you've got a lot to say about it. Do you want to go first? Do you think Lita should talk about these?
Lita, I got a question for you. Would you ever get a fake ass?
Never.
Never?
Why
no.
not?
Never say never. That's
right,
impossible.
You're right. So possibly not, because I'm a sportive girl. Is that a word? Sportive?
Yeah, you're sporty.
Okay, I'm sporty. So, and a fake ass will be an inconvenience for me, to jump and I don't know. Fake boobs though, not even.
Not even. Oh, I thought you were gonna say yes.
Me too, but no.
I was gonna clap.
Andrew, would you get a fake ass?
Would I get a fake butt? No, I mean, it's not a big thing. I mean, if I were gay and I would, because that's like what gay guys look at, I'm assuming.
Okay, but you rather okay, here's the question. You rather natural booty, regular good booty, right? Or a perfect fake booty?
That's a great question. Well, it doesn't matter to me as long as she likes me. Like,
Choose.
Okay, so I would prefer a natural one, and then as she ages, I'll put some little silicone in there, just because, you know, when she's 80, I'm not gonna want to look at this flaccid booty.
And she won't want to look
You're
at your
right.
flaccid booty either. So
Exactly.
should you consider
Don't matter.
putting that?
She's gonna have astigmatisms, and she won't be able
But
to see
I mean,
me.
if a girl, so I'll bring it back. So one of the big things here, for those of you that don't know that don't even care about Colombia, but Colombia is one of, I think, the most superficial.
Yeah,
What's the word we're looking for? Like, if beauty is huge here. How good you look, smell, taste.
The hair.
The hair is very, very important here.
Particularly in Medellin,
Sí.
and in certain cities, it's more evident than others, for sure.
And why do you guys think that? Why do you think here is a little bit on the extreme with how good you look, or you guys thought about that?
Well, I think that first of all, girls are naturally voluptuosas. How you say that?
Voluptuous.
Voluptuous because of the way they eat. In here, they eat a lot of meat and carbs and grasas.
Yuca, cassava. That-
Cassava,
yeah, really.
But also they eat a lot of deep fried food, so that directly goes to your hip and your ass. But within time, I guess they found this reggaeton style,
Yeah.
the girl from reggaeton, that she's all voluptuous and everything. So I think they started to take it to the next level. And maybe if they are already with big ass, they want it bigger. And same with the boobs. I don't know why, but I know it's a thing because people love paisa women. So, I mean, Andrew, what would
Well,
that
Andrew mentioned something earlier about Mexico, and I don't think he was joking. I think what he was
Neither.
insinuating is that the women here are more beautiful than Mexican women in general, and I would probably agree with that. And your formula, you said they eat a lot of fried foods,
See?
right? And what else? They eat
Uh,
meats.
they eat a lot of pork.
They eat a lot of pork.
And the pork goes to your hips and your ass. They also eat a lot of deep fried.
But they do that also in Mexico, and they don't look the same.
Really?
Of course, right, Andrew? What do you think about
Interesting.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if it's diet or it may be both diet and genetic, right? Like genetics, right? But yeah, I mean, not for some reason. One of the big reasons why, fake asses and big tits are a thing in Medellin is the narco culture.
Yep.
Narco culture fueled that. Obviously, these guys had tons of money. They put it into their women, and
Right.
you see
Literally.
duck lips with big butts and big breasticles, and I love that. So
That actually, Kata, our friend of
thank
ours,
you.
was telling us. And
I
she's-
thought you were gonna say she has that.
No, she doesn't. She doesn't. Kata, I don't know. I'm not going to throw that out there like that. But she was saying that when she was a teen, in her early teens, like Santa Fe de Antioquia, which is near here in Medellin, and everybody goes there for like a weekend. She said like the narco guys used to go around there and line their cars up along that strip that you take to go there. So all the narco guys would be there, and the girls with the biggest fake breast, fake ass, fake whatever would be there, and those are the girls that they had as their call it groupie, entourage, whatever you want, a concubine or whatever. And so that sort of culture stuck. And if you notice something here in Medellin, I think and it's we talked about this on an earlier episode. If you come here to like El Poblado, like call it the Beverly Hills of Medellin, I think you see a lot less fake butts,
Right.
fake lips, maybe some lips, and fake breasts than if you go to slightly poorer areas of the city, because that culture sort of still lives there. A lot of the gangs and the local gangs there, they still glorify the girls with the big fake booties, the big fake breasts. And here it's sort of like in Poblado, it's sort of becoming sort of like uncool in a way to be like that. It's sort of more hipster here. So it's crazy how things are transitioning here. But that's what I've seen, at least.
Yeah, I hate it. So you wouldn't get fake butt, fake breasts.
Well, hey, I've got to fake something in my body. Guess what it is?
A heart. You don't have a real
You have a
heart.
fake
Lisa.
something.
Is
A
it?
fake something in your body.
I do.
What, like a tooth?
Listen,
Like I got a fake tooth too.
Yeah.
You both have
Fuck,
fake teeth?
Andrew.
Yeah, we have fake
Okay,
teeth.
good. We're
Yes,
fake teeth
we got
brothers.
fake teeth brothers.
So
Yeah.
everyone out there, I'm 100% real. These two are fake. I ain't even got a
faking it.
fake tooth. I got
hope to
nothing
make
fake.
it. No, listen. I think that part of the, wanting to be so voluptuous with the body is because that's a way to be very feminine. So as a woman, that's what separates you from a guy, to have big boobs and big booty. So I'm guessing that Paisa women just want to really be very feminine and very sexy, and that's why they take it to another level, so they can get their own way by being a woman. That's what I think.
But then we got, again, just going to be careful about that. We say like Paisa women, we're throwing that out there. I think, again, we just got to watch like...
It's a minority.
It's a minority.
Women.
Now it's a minority. Now it's a
right,
minority.
right,
But surgery is very big here. It is very normal here.
Yeah.
And
but
the
it's getting
hair.
big. But no, the hair.
The hair is major thing.
But is that fake hair? That's real hair. Don't break my whole spirit by telling
It's
me.
fake, my friend.
The Paisa hair, like the long straight hair. That's
I
not
mean,
fake.
if you don't have it that long, you can make it look that long.
You
yeah?
think that here in Medellin, the girls, the long, nice, beautiful hair, it's fake hair?
Most
that will
of
ruin
them,
my whole
yeah.
like fantasy. Right
But that's
now. Really?
alright.
You think so?
That's
I don't know. I've
alright.
pulled a lot of hair, and,
Are
and
they
I've never
well
pulled it off the
stick?
head.
Okay.
Never pulled it off
That's
the
a
head.
good work.
I never took
I've
some girl's
never-
hair off her head.
That's probably a good thing. It's
Yeah,
probably really
that would
expensive.
suck. It would go like.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not like, I don't identify myself with that, ¿cómo se dice? Como estereotipo?
It's
That's
stereotype.
However, I celebrate that. I like a woman that wants to look like a woman.
Yeah.
And I like a woman that acts, sensitive as a woman and try to get her own way by casting a spell on you and not like mandatory doing
A lot
things.
of women in North America, meaning Canada and the United States, would disagree with you and probably stone you to death like a witch.
Really?
Oh yeah. What do you? I mean, like,
No,
I
just
love a
kidding,
woman
don't.
that likes to look feminine and like uses fake hair and blah 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 to look like more
Yeah,
feminine.
that's why
and
we're
trap
not in the
people.
U.S. Who cares about those guys?
No, but I mean,
We call them
that's
guys,
a way
too.
to do it. Sorry, but it's a way to do it. If you're a lady and you're all dressed up and whatever, that's a way to embrace your feminidad.
Yeah.
Femininity.
What,
Femininity.
what about guys though? Do guys here? Have you guys? noticed
Guys
anything?
are awful.
No, but guys
Okay.
here. I mean, for plastic surgery or cosmetic surgery is very cheap here.
Yeah.
So, for example, liposuction, gastric bypass, nose job, cheekbones. I used to be a teacher here for almost 5 years, and I've seen calf implants. I've seen liposuction with the markings of
Los cuadritos.
of the abdomen,
abs.
of the abs. The pec implants, like guys do it all the time here. And not only that, but they'll dye their hair yellow. They'll implants in the cheeks or in the jawline to make it look more square. So if you want to do cosmetic surgery,
Medical
Colombia,
tourism, right? They call it medical.
yeah,
tourism.
medical tourism or cosmetic.
We actually
medical
have a friend
tourism.
that's into that stuff. His name's Shiv. I think he's gonna put
Oh.
a fake butt in.
Yeah,
soon.
well,
But
Shiv, you
he
should have
got
seen.
no ass.
You think Shiv is good looking now? You should have seen him before.
Yeah. He's post surgery Shiv with his little old booty, his little old Indian booty, his Indian London booty that he got going. You guys don't think that shit's real, man. And these pecs, he's like, I'm working out every day. No, you're not. No, you're not.
Well, going back to what you just said, because it got me thinking that there are a lot of women that think that having this body doesn't get you closer to femininity or however you call it. Well, I was just recently watching some videos about a girl that's very away from that. She's not voluptuous or whatever. She's very normal. I'm not saying the other girls are not. Okay,
Yeah.
please,
Very normal.
society. So she said that you as a woman have to make up with your feminine energy. So
Okay.
whatever you need to do that. In this case, I'm guessing these girls feel more feminine with the boobs, right? That works for them. But whatever makes you feel like that will make you embrace your energy as a woman
100%.
on earth, right? And that's attractive for men.
Yep.
It
But
doesn't
not even
matter-
just for
I
men.
agree.
I had a girlfriend that
Right.
did rhinoplasty, which is the
Uh-huh.
nose surgery, because she had like a little bump here, and I thought it was a little bump, but in her head she just felt so unattractive every photo, and she's like, I'm gonna do this rhinoplasty, and I'm like, that's when I lived in Canada. I'm like, this is the most ridiculous thing
Yeah.
I've ever heard of,
Get a boob
because
job.
to me, get a boob job, damn it, so I could slap those. No, but I was like, you're so beautiful. Why are you gonna do that? And then I thought about it, and I went and I slept on it, and I thought, male or female, if we have one life to live, man, and if you're a woman and you feel that you're not sexy because you have a bump on your nose, your breasts are too small, your calves are too small, mine are too small, and I didn't do it. I just can't. I don't like pain. But you feel that after that, your self-confidence will raise and you can live a fuller, better life.
Yeah.
Come on down to Colombia and get your cheap-ass surgery and get that stuff done and keep living life instead of complaining about it and being worried about it the whole time. That's my view on the whole surgery.
Same.
Yeah.
I mean, even though I'm not into surgery, cosmetics, whatever, blah, blah, blah,
Yeah.
I definitely respect that if that gets you closer to your most sweet, sensitive being, whatever, because there's nothing more unappealing than someone that hates themselves.
Yeah.
Lack of confidence.
I agree. That's why I got a penis reduction surgery because I was very
Wow.
conscious of my size, and I was like, no, it can't hurt
The old
any more
panther
people.
was always printing through the pants.
Can't hurt any more people, so I just had to get that.
How many inches did you chop off, Andrew?
Well, it was $100 per inch, so you do the math.
You spent 1,000, didn't you?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Little motherfucker. Great. 20 to 10, real quick. So let's skip off of the booties and the breasts for a second, and Lita, take it away. I think the fake Andrew won with the fake booty. That's the first thing that comes to my mind when I think of the word fake. What fakeness in Colombia? What do you got to talk about?
I'm gonna go with this, and I'm gonna say, in Colombia, you might think there is a very strong sexist culture, right?
Okay.
In my opinion, I think that's fake. I think the women are in charge, and they go to your mind with their little words. They're very sweet. They're very blah, blah, and they get you to do whatever they want you to do. And that's an idea that you get the whole macho, thing, the Latino macho. It is true though. You might find some situations where you can definitely feel, oh my God, that is sexist. But in general, I'm gonna go that in a house, I think a woman is in charge.
So you think the fakeness is that people think that in Latin culture, the man's in control, and that's the fake. That's the fake shit. It's like the man is not in control. You think the woman's in control. Is that what you're saying?
I do think so. Yeah, and I think that the fake part of it is that women fake that they're not in control.
Why? Why do they do
that? To
that?
get their way, baby. Because you get more más moscas con miel que con vinagre. How do you say that?
You get more bees with honey.
With honey than
vinegar?
vinegar. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So I think that's also what makes Latinas so like mysterious and blah blah blah, because they really make you think we're doing your way, but no, baby, and that's a fake idea. They're faking it, and sometimes I fake it too, like that.
Wow.
Take that,
Poor Carlos.
Joel. Oh,
wow,
no.
I didn't think about.
Carlos
What do
está
you
jodido.
think about that?
Well, I mean, I do agree that Colombia is very matriarchal. Like the family system the nucleus is usually like the grandmother.
Exactly.
The grandmother, it's like if you go on a date, on the third or fourth date, it's very possible that you're going to meet the whole family, including a grandmother. So Colombian, at least in Colombia, I don't know all of Latin America, but in Colombia,
Venezuela, same.
my family's Colombian, and it's very matriarchal. Everything revolves around my grandmother. In my house, my mom was in charge. My mom is Santanderiana, so she fucking beat the shit out of me.
But did she fake like she wasn't in control?
Oh yeah. Sometimes she'd play the victim. Yeah. She's like,
That's what I mean. That's what I mean. I wish I had a new bag.
This is gonna hurt me more than you.
Yeah.
So take
that's
that.
That's very.
What about?
I've been being manipulated this whole time.
You have.
You
I'm
thought
like,
you were in
I'm an alpha male.
You
You're
were
like,
in charge?
Now, you
Not
little
really.
bitch. Yeah. But wow, I actually never thought about that. I'd be interested to hear if there's any Latina women that actually watch this. What you think about that? Are you in control? Are you the alpha in the relationship?
Or is like your mom the head of the family? Does she wear the pants in the family?
O pregunto yo en español para las latinas.
Sí, dale.
¿Te haces la pendeja para lograrlo? ¿Haces que no entiendes? ¿Haces que pobrecita tú? Sí, entonces sí. Y lo logramos. Todos lo hacemos.
I don't know what the fuck she just said. It sounded real cool. She said, he. That's really nice. I like
I
that.
even do
That's
it.
Cool.
I fake
Right?
it.
¿Te haces la pendeja?
I fake like I'm the victim. No.
Yeah. So what about you? What do you think it's fake or people are faking it in Medellin?
Well, it's not, I didn't want to talk about what, if people are faking it, but one of the things that I see that could be very fake, but it could be very real, so I'm being a bit judgmental here, is I'm going to talk a little bit about fake relationships.
Boom! I like this. I'm gonna get my glasses.
Fake relationships. So what I mean by that,
This might be interesting.
because I know your sister it was in a fake relationship, which a few episodes back. We should drop, Puto Sergio. We gotta put that link right here so people can listen to the fake story. But what I mean by fake relationships is let's face it, guys in general at some point in their life begin to like younger women, right? But so it's the truth.
I always
Tell
did.
me
I
more.
never began.
I
You were born that way.
born that
Don't
way.
judge.
Andrew,
When I was a
that
fetus,
way.
I was in love with a sperm.
Andrew. It's like I'm 8. I like that 2-year-old. Whoa, too much for me. No, but really, it's the way that life sort of works in the animal kingdom. Unfortunately, I think that women get the raw deal in this case.
Okay.
In that a man has a longer time in which he can get everything younger than him, and a woman really, it's a very rare going the other way.
Also, young men are stupid.
And also young men are stupid. Okay, but
Yeah.
they have more stamina apparently, so they say. So my thing about this fake thing is here, a lot of men come here specifically, a lot of them divorcees and stuff from the United States, Canada, Europe, and they come and they get the younger girls because they can get the
Okay.
younger girls due to their economic status and so forth and so forth and so forth. So they come and there's like a guy that's like in his near 70 and he's dating a 23-year-old woman. And so I want to know.
70?
Oh yeah, for real.
O sea, 70 y 23.
70 y 23.
Yeah, but I mean, the reality is, and the more probabilities, it's that like over 40 and over, they're
Yeah.
dating 20s.
Tell me an age. Like 55 and 20.
Well, I don't know what the
Like
exact
an
numbers
example,
are,
like-
but
Okay,
I'm
that's an
40 and
example.
I only date 25 and unders.
Okay, so 40 and 25.
unders?
Okay.
And unders.
That's like 15 years.
So let's talk about this for a second. We're gonna get Lita. We're gonna bounce over to Andrew for a second. Who's got very shiny shoes? I've never noticed how shiny this motherfucker's shoes are.
Look at my shoes.
Are they shinier than Joel's head?
Or these.
What's shinier, that
Look at these
or
fucking
that?
boots.
No.
Or
Anyway,
my soul.
so what is it? Wow. Okay. So what is your take, Lita, as a woman on a relationship of call it, and which is very very common,
See, it's
right?
true.
Of
It's
call it
true.
like let's say a 55-year-old and a 22-year-old woman. Do you think that's a real relationship? Yes or no?
55, 22. It depends. It's a very good business relationship, though. So,
What do you mean by that?
I mean, obviously, Dios mío. Aclaración. This is if the girl wants it and she's not being forced to do any of the things she's doing. Okay? So if a girl wants to be with someone that's 55 and
Yeah.
she's 20, I think that is obviously, ¿cómo se dice lujuria?
Luxury?
A
that
lust. Like,
Lust?
It's a
What's-
sex thing, obviously.
Lust.
Lust.
Wait. So repeat that again.
Lujuria.
If she wants.
Let's make clear that the girl is not forced to do anything.
Yeah.
She wants to be there.
You mean it's
right?
like a fetish?
It's like a fetish, exactly.
Fetiche.
Un fetiche. So if she's okay with it and if she feels good with it, I don't know if she's the fetish one or the guy.
Both.
Okay, maybe both, yeah. And they're enjoying that. I'm not here to say what's real love or not, but we have had relationships with people from our age and that shit was fake. So
Okay.
let's not put all they don't love each other. Yeah, I have dated people from my age that I don't love them.
Right.
So I'm not going to go with the heart in my hand, you know?
Yeah.
I think it's if she wants that and if this person is what she wants, I think that's fine. I mean, I'm not gonna say, estoy indigna. No. I'm fine with it. And if it's the case of these type of relationships where the guy almost pays her to be with her, girl, get as much as you can. That will be my advice. Like, yeah, go with it. If
You're like my spirit animal. I don't know. I feel like
I
Lita.
mean, maybe you brought me here thinking that I will say very girly things, but no, I'll be.
You're
So again,
pragmatic.
we're talking about different parts of society. For those of you watching,
Right.
this is not all of Colombia because
Obviously not.
another section that we shouldn't undermine or kind of gloss over in talking about fake relationships. And you and I both, Joel, have seen this a lot because of the work that we do with Help Colombia. By the way, you should follow Help Colombia.
Help Colombia
is
now.
Domestic abuse.
Yeah.
Domestic abuse is rampant in Colombia.
Yeah.
Why? Because it happens in the lower class a lot more than,
Right.
oh, well, at least you see it more, or I've heard about it more
Me too.
being done in the poorer neighborhoods, people that are earning less money, where the husband is a drunk, or the husband comes home and beats the wife, beats the children. And then you talk to the wife, because we talk to the wives due to our work with our charity, or they may be our domestic employees, or et cetera, throughout the years. We're like, oh, how is everything? Oh, everything's fine.
Yeah.
You're,
Fake as fuck.
Yeah. You're walking with a limp.
Yeah.
Oh, I slipped.
Yeah.
You're a pink guy.
Like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
Why?
A fly hit me on the cheek and
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
got a black eye.
Yeah.
I knocked with
You
the
have
door.
a black eye.
Fly.
It was the door.
Why?
the door.
Why do they fake it? Because they're scared. So there's different levels of fakeness, right?
You're right.
You fake it to get what you want, but you also fake it to not
be
get
punished.
abused more, not to be punished.
Not to be
yeah.
punished.
Talking about punishing, this is what my mom just wrote me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is she mad at us?
She said, hold on.
Don't you talk
I'll
about
let Lita read that. Read that into the mic.
Papi, te voy a dar con el chancletazo si no hablas bien de mí. Te amo.
So I love you, but I will beat you if you don't talk good about me.
Nothing fake about that. There's nothing fake about that.
Like
That's
a
what I
real
just told you.
Santanderiana. Yeah.
That's what I just told you. Like, yeah, take that and take that.
Yeah, and I love you.
Well, I brought this up. I threw this out there and I said, okay, the 70-year-old man, 60-year-old man with a 22-year-old woman. But today I was chatting with a friend of mine, a female friend of mine, who's a very attractive woman. And I was like, oh yeah, what do you think about this guy?
Is she
He's been
70?
trading- No, she wasn't 70.
No.
But you can be 70 and attractive.
No, you can't.
So anyway, so I said, oh,
Put
what
that
do you
on the
think about
record.
this phenomenon of foreign men, coming here and like dating a girl that's a quarter of their age, and is it fake? And she's like, is it fake? And she said, she said that, and I said, oh, what about sugar daddies? She's like, sugar daddies? What about the sugar mommies? And she's Colombian. I'm like, sugar mommies? And she said that there's this phenomenon here, and I guess it's all over the world, but here in Colombia, where richer Colombian women, mainly of the lighter complexion, which tend to be the richer Colombian women, are sugar mommies. And what they do is, and I didn't know this shit, it blew my mind. She's like, these women, and she called two places in particular, go to San Andres
Sí.
and Cartagena,
Sí, Baru.
and those islands, rich women, recently divorced, tons of money, prenup, whatever, and they go out there,
To live
they
their
sit
life.
with their friends.
Wait, how can they have tons of money with a prenup? No prenup.
No prenup.
They're
That's
their
right.
own men. They're their own men.
They're old money, old money,
Take
old
that.
money, old money.
Yeah.
So they
money.
go out there and they sit there and they're like, oh, look at this nice waiter come up here, and then they flaunt their money, and then they basically pay for the accompaniment of the young men of mostly color from San Andres, Cartagena,
okay.
whatever, and then they throw a bit of money at them, and they're like, hey, would you like to go out?
Yeah.
And then she was even saying that there was some story here, and I gotta dig it up, and if I can find it in time, we'll throw it in the link, of a woman that had a sugar daddy in the U.S. or wherever that's feeding her, and then she's a sugar mommy to a man in San Andres.
That to me is a
And I was like,
businesswoman.
this is some amazing
She's a businesswoman.
That's
That
a businesswoman.
is
Boss lady.
That is amazing.
Yeah,
Respect.
and she says it's no, because she has friends in San Andres, because she spends a lot of time there, and the guys are like, yeah, I got a sugar mommy. She
Yeah.
comes down here. She lives in Medellin. She comes down here with her friends, and she just pays for shit. She sends me money, and so that exists here. And I'm talking about Colombian people. I'm not talking about foreign, like American women, Canadian women coming here for just younger guys and stuff. So everybody's getting what they want, I guess, down here.
Damn.
And that's the point. I mean, if I was, let's say, 45-year-old woman, I'm divorced, I'm my own man, I'm making money, I will be a sugar mommy for sure. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not gonna pretend to criticize that, because
Yeah,
I will definitely
you
do
definitely
it.
do that.
I will do it for sure. Yeah, and if I'm not criticizing myself for doing it, then I don't have the face to criticize a man for doing it.
Exactly.
I mean-
Awesome. I like.
Well, I think as long as both parties are getting what they want.
Exactly.
Yeah, if you're getting what you want,
Exactly.
you're good. Yeah. You're good.
Yeah, that's why I said, if the girl is not being forced to do blah blah blah, if she's really getting what she wants, we don't know what she wants. Maybe she doesn't want love. I mean, maybe she needs other things. I'm not
Yeah.
going to judge that. But if she's not being forced to do anything, go get them.
Am I too
That's
old
my
to be a sugar baby?
sugar baby? No, you could be
A
sugar
what?
daddy.
No, am I too old to be a sugar baby?
So, wait, firstly, I'm gonna let Shiv answer that question.
Let me
Can we
cast you.
Shiv's in the audience again
Shiv!
today? Can you ask Shiv? Shiv,
Shiv, please.
Shiv, what do you
Don't be
think?
shy.
Step up to the mic, Shiv.
Don't be shy, baby.
Firstly, is Andrew too old to be a sugar baby?
Sugar baby.
Yeah.
Oh, sugar baby, yeah.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
passed
What
the
about-
line.
Baby, yeah. He can be a sugar daddy.
He lost
though.
a sugar
You think he
daddy.
can be a sugar
Yeah.
daddy?
What do you
I
think
am
about
a sugar daddy to about
Oh.
like 100 people. I got like a staff of like 14. Those are my sugar babies.
So, Shiv, what do you think about being a sugar daddy?
Can I go back on one point, though?
Yeah, please.
Go back.
I have a different opinion to you about what you said about the fake boobs,
Tell us.
right?
What do you think?
Because
about
your opinion was that it happens more in the ghetto and more in the barrios and stuff,
Of
which
course,
it does,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But you also said that you don't think it happens so much here in Poblado, and I don't think that's true.
No,
I think it happens
as
more.
much. I think it's fading
No,
out.
I
I think it's fading out.
I
think
there's
they get
too
smaller.
much- if-
Exactly,
if
exactly.
you go
And
to-
also the dress is different.
If you look at most girls who have more than 4-figure Instagram followers,
Yeah.
the girls that go out in Las Palmas, the girls that go out in Poblado, they're all in severe competition with each other, and they have the money, obviously. They're not
The means, yeah.
have the means to do it. So in my gym, if I look at my gym, for example, which is a pretty high-end gym, I would say maybe 20% of the girls don't have their tits done.
Do not.
Do not.
Yeah.
Right, which is a pretty massive percentage, right?
Yeah.
So that was my opinion from what I've seen. It does
Yeah,
happen,
yeah, yeah.
and I
Yeah.
agree with what you said about the narco culture and how it's coming. That is all true as well.
Shiv, you
Yeah.
rather natural or fake boobs?
What do I prefer?
Uh-huh.
I used to not be a huge fan of fake,
But
now
is
you
that,
are.
is that
But
because
now you are.
but is that because in North America and Europe we were taught to look down on that, and here people don't necessarily look down on it?
Here
And
they're-
now you get accustomed
yeah,
to
no,
it.
I think I never experienced it before.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And now
How did it feel? No, just
Now, how did it
kidding,
feel,
just
Shiv?
kidding.
How did it feel? Step up to the mic.
Was it good?
Now
How
I
was
can
your first
see-
fake
now-
titty?
Is it
Now
the
I can
tiff?
see the appeal in it much more. It's the cultural appeal, definitely.
Okay.
And
Okay.
yeah, I have no problem with it. I like them.
Everybody
Alright.
likes to walk around with a trophy.
Yeah.
Exactly. And will you be a sugar daddy? Ever?
I can't. I'm too young still, right?
But
You're
whenever
too
you get
young.
the
Are
age.
you seeing your face? You
I'm
ain't too
too
young.
young
Shiv,
still.
when you get the
Too
age.
young. Shiv, you're like 100.
When you get
Shut
50.
a liar.
I don't know if I'd want to have that big an age gap though.
Okay.
Like we're talking. You're talking
what's
about
the average-
55-year-olds and 20-year-olds.
Hey,
You're right.
You're an Englishman from England, not France.
An Englishman in New York.
From New York.
An alien.
And what is the average age? And you're how old are you?
33.
Going on to like 90, right? This motherfucker is he's like. So you're 33. What's the average age of a girl that you find attractive?
Here, I would say
In general, because you go back home and feel you're same creep.
In life.
probably mid-20s.
Mid.
Ah, you like
25.
the 20s.
Mid-20s. Yeah.
Okay, cool. And
Yeah.
and that's natural and normal here.
Yeah.
How would a 33-year-old man in London or wherever you're from dating, I'll call it a 24-year-old, how would that be received back home?
24-year-old, 33-year-old, 9 years is quite a lot of difference. But I
Really?
feel like,
Quite a lot of difference
Really?
there, not here, because you just
no,
said
here,
it was
here,
perfect.
no. I feel here that Colombians have been through a hell of a lot here, right? So girls here, I find that they're a little bit more mature than they maybe would be back home. So-
Mature to what? Accepting the age difference?
No, the girls that if I went out with a 24-year-old, 25-year-old, she'd be maybe a little bit more independent.
Than someone back home.
Yeah, so I think you can add a couple years on for that as well.
Okay, but I'm curious. What's the difference between a 25 years old or a 35 years old?
What?
In terms of what?
Skin
Whatever makes you
skin firmness? or what
prefer
do you-
the 25. No, I'm curious.
I guess it's probably a factor of the places and people I hang out with as well. Is one of the things where I meet more of those types of
I know.
girls.
I know.
Right?
Yeah.
And I just find I find them with the younger girls are generally more attractive,
Exactly. Yeah.
right? So that is
Okay, no.
Okay.
Okay,
There's
turn
a,
the camera to Andrew. You got lots
there-
of turn
Okay,
the
okay.
there's a,
Come in here
Shiv,
with this deep fucking National
is-
Geographic political
the
shit.
biggest difference between a 25-year-old girl in Colombia and a 35-year-old is that by 35 she's got 2 kids and is probably
25.
Oh, here in Colombia. Here in
yeah,
Colombia.
yeah.
Even by 25, they have
Probably
sometimes.
has
that ship
children.
has sailed.
Yeah, yeah.
Has children already. 25, she may already have children.
Yeah.
But
They're
the
all gone.
probability is lower.
Decepcioné
They're all gone.
Latinoamérica.
By 28
Decepcioné.
years old,
Yeah.
they're all gone.
Yeah.
All
I'm
right,
ready to be a sugar
hey.
daddy, but not a daddy.
Hey. We had this conversation yesterday in Ihami, and we were talking about, there was a guy actually, that guy Jeff, the bald guy that always
Oh,
at the
Jeff is
bar.
awesome. I love
Do you
Jeff.
know how old Jeff is?
Jeff's probably like 25, but he looks
He's
100.
59.
Yo, he's 59.
He's 59. I was
Yo.
shocked. You're gonna meet Jeff one time, and I was like,
I gotta
wow.
meet
Jeff
Jeff.
is 59.
He's like, I'm a lot older than you. I'm like,
Male,
no,
you
you're
remember
not.
Jeff, el calvo de hija mía,
Yeah, yeah.
el gringo calvo?
59.
Tiene 59.
59. So he told me this last night, and we were talking about. He's like, I'm 59. I love to date a 22-year-old. I'm like, wow, that's that makes me feel uncomfortable. But I probably love to be the same way when I'm 59. And I thought about it, and honestly, there's the people that are with science will say, oh, because the 22-year-old is still reproductive, therefore the male goes after reproductive. I know exactly what it is.
Tell me.
Here's what it is. Men in general, and especially those that keep in shape, that keep themselves, they don't feel like their old counterparts,
That's
like
true.
their friends.
That's true.
A woman that's in her 20s wants to party, jump, run, have sex, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah,
I'm going to put
yeah.
sex
It's
out there.
energetic.
Energetic, right? And so a lot of men, and I would say like myself, maybe like Andrew, it's like if a woman just wants to like settle down on a finca and look at the fucking clouds float
You're right,
by
yeah.
and little birds,
You will die.
you'll be like, I'm about to die.
Yeah.
Right? And for many women, and I understand why it is due to biology and a lot of other things, that's the stage that they're at. And for a man, in our heads, we're like, wow, if I go watch the chimney smoke, watch some birds fly by,
I will die tomorrow.
I am going to die tomorrow. So I
Well,
need
like
somebody.
every day. Not like I could do it once.
No, but I'm saying
in a
like,
blue
But
moon.
if it's a
But there's-
relationship and she will always prefer things like
of
that.
course,
Yeah.
there's rarely, like I'm 40 years old, there's rarely a 40-year-old
And
woman
it
that I
shows.
will make
That's active.
that's going to be like, let's just go party and, do
And
the
you know
things
what?
you...
I'm
yeah.
sorry, but the ones that are active, they don't want to hang out with you. They want their toy boy.
They want their toy boy. They want their
Silly.
toy boy
No,
that's
I
going to
get
go
a toy
do
boy.
2C
No,
at the
they want
fucking finca all night long.
21-year-old.
I can be a 21...
No,
No,
you're not.
no, you're not.
you're
You're not
not.
going to go do 2C and Molly
Oh my god.
and listen to techno music and bounce around for fucking 10
no.
hours.
I mean, here's
Now,
what
trust
I
me,
think.
you're not a 21-year-old anymore.
I'm not a 21.
Regardless of if it's a girl, a woman or a man, if you are in a, let's say you're 45 and you're in a good position in your life, I agree with what you say. You're going to want to be with someone that keeps you in, high, up, active. So what I'm saying is, mi amor, si a los 40 te aburres, I need some, so that's what I'm saying.
I think you are like a transsexual.
Uh,
I think you were born a boy
Listen.
and transformed into...
This is why I like Venezuelans. No, this is not the
terrible
only
how
Venezuelan
often I
I know, but I love
Yeah.
Venezuelans.
like,
I love refugees.
Lita!
I don't get
right?
fucking offended. I'm not offended.
I know,
That's
that's great. That's
how
great.
Yeah.
often I
Come-
get that comment, but
come-
I mean, yeah.
Come be a refugee under my tent, girl.
All right, let's we're not going to talk about Venezuelan refugees. This is not the type of... Okay, Andrew. Wait. Is it your turn? Fakeness.
Yeah.
Fake in Colombia.
Yeah, fake in Colombia. Well, this is one of the things. It's not a gripe. It's more of an observation. I've noticed that for some reason Colombia attracts this certain type of foreigner, and a lot of them are from North America, but some of them are from New Zealand, Australia, and the UK, or different parts of Europe. Very little Africans. I've never really seen an African out
Just
here.
me.
Yeah,
And Saulon.
yeah.
I've
you
met
guys-
South
Africans.
you got
Africans.
yeah,
The
but
only
you got
two.
African.
Somos los dos africanos del poblado, Saulon y yo. Whoa!
Yeah.
Eso, papá, buen afro.
Speaking of faking it, they are fake Africans.
Yeah, we're not from Africa. He's not born. I'm from
I
South.
could say I'm from Africa too, because everybody's from
All
Africa.
right, yeah. Fair enough. Damn it. Way to burst the
So,
anybody that wanted a real African, I am not that man.
yeah. Just because
Neither
you-
is Saulon. He's from
yeah,
fucking
Salon is from
the coast. Yeah.
it's from Choco. Choco's
Anyway,
yeah,
Africa,
that's
Africa.
Choco's
That's
part of
Colombia's
Colombia.
Africa.
Africa,
That
Colombia,
es como
Afro-Colombia.
Africa de Colombia.
Sí, sí, sí.
Cierto. sí.
Afro-Colombian.
Afro-Colombian.
Okay, you're
Yeah,
still
so
not
go ahead.
African.
Yeah.
Anyway, for some reason, Colombia, or at least Medellin, attracts a lot of guys that come out here to fake it.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't know what is this allure that Colombia has. Maybe it's the cheap living. Literally, it's very cheap to live here if you have dollars.
Mm.
Yeah.
If you have a pension of $2,000 a month, you're gonna be. That's more than 6 million. That's more than 6 million pesos.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's more than 6 million pesos. Our rent in this apartment is like 1,800,000 pesos or whatever. Imagine if you're making 6 million, and we live in a nice area. That's like 33% of your income. So that's a very good formula. So you could live in a very nice area on a $2,000 budget. And I don't know, maybe people feel like they are better or they feel better here. So they take on a persona that really isn't them, right? Like in the United States.
Yeah.
But you can tell.
Yeah, and you can tell.
You can tell.
And
yeah.
they're not fooling anybody.
You're not making it. You're faking it, but you're not making it.
So I want to talk, I guess maybe ask you guys a question. So if you guys were to go to another country,
Okay.
like Lita, put on your other
I'm gonna-
country glasses.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm traveling right now.
You're traveling to another country
Yeah.
and you're making a lot of money, or at least in that country,
No,
it's considered a lot of money.
A lot of money.
Would you act differently?
Probably. Yeah.
Okay,
Probably.
that answers that question then.
Probably. But this is the thing. What I think is that I don't know why. I don't have all the answers. I'm sorry, but I don't know why we Latinos are like naturally cool. You know what I mean? We're cool with everything. Like, it's okay. Let's take our time. Yeah, everything is bad, but I'm cool. How are you? It's fine. You know, we're like a little bit chill on that way. And I think that if I had a lot of money and I would be in other country, I would be cooler, but I wouldn't try to be something 180 different than what I am, you know? And that's what I feel sometimes people that come from other countries does. And I saw it a lot in the hostel. When I worked in the hostel, you could see this shy, blondie, skinny, gringuito, trying to be like, Johnny Bravo, you're not, baby, you're not. And we can tell you're not. So maybe I understand.
You can tell he's not. Because other girls get, just like you said.
No.
Hey, I see
It's
girls.
visible.
Man.
No.
Trust me.
Okay.
You're
Trust
talking
me,
about from
yeah.
your perspective.
They can
Yeah.
be fooled by that?
Can they be?
Can they be fooled?
I've seen
they
some
are
blo-
fooled,
Okay.
and it's great. I mean, I'm not again.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not
Don't rain
griping.
on their parade.
I'm not griping, and I'm not criticizing. I'm just saying that it is amazing to me that you'll
Okay.
see a guy. I grew up in the United States. That
Yeah.
in the United States, this is the kind of guy that when he was a kid, I'd beat up on and
Yeah. You were a
and
bully.
laugh.
Because Andrew was a
That's
bully.
mean.
Andrew
And-
still's a bully.
And as an adult, he's got a little belly.
Yeah.
He's a fucking dork.
Yeah.
But he comes
Damn.
to the cafe with a 10.
Yeah.
Like unbelievable.
Yeah.
Like a 10.
Yeah.
And you're like, wait, what? Then
Wait, can you play sports? Can you dance? Do you dress nice?
do you
can
speak
you-
Spanish?
You speak
No,
Spanish?
no. Wait.
Zero.
Zero.
But they're with a beautiful
Hey,
Colombian
and
girl,
the,
and
no,
you're
no,
like,
no. And the friends are like, ay, qué lindo.
But yes,
lindo.
yes, that's what
the
I'm going.
fuck is
There's a
What's
reason.
lindo? Okay, there's
It's
a
not.
reason.
It's not like they're.
Oh.
Well,
but
in my opinion,
my mind is not blown anymore.
Yeah.
Like I'm over being
Yeah.
my mind blown.
Yeah.
I'm
So-
just like I understand now. If I grew up in this country and all I saw was paisa guys,
That's what I'm
my
going
whole
to
life.
say.
and then I see a blonde or a redhead man with long flowing hair and blue eyes,
Long
I'd be like,
armpit
that's
hair.
a lindo.
Exactly. That's
and,
what I mean.
And he's a good guy.
He's not
because
like-
in the movies, they save the world.
Exactly.
Yeah. Brad
It's
Pitt.
not like she's being fooled by him.
Yeah.
It's just attractive to see someone different
Mm-hmm.
that speaks different and treats you different than how paisas treats you.
Yeah.
You're like,
Here I am
"Ay,
making
hola."
$2
O sea,
million a
you
year
know?
and
That's it.
can't
So
even get a second look.
what I'm talking what I'm talking about is these guys that you can see they're faking it. Because if you're let's say American,
Yeah.
and you're not faking it, but you're just shy, and hey, hello, my name is blah, blah. That's cute.
That's
cute.
cute. Yeah.
That's cute.
Yeah.
But if you come here like hello, blah, blah,
Oh, so
blah,
you
with
guys can
accent,
spot the fake. You can spot the fake.
that one
I'm a
is
fake
a
baller.
fake. Yeah, for sure. That one is a fake. The gringo with the Latin flow, no.
Yeah, yeah,
No.
yeah,
But
the
you're not
gringo.
fooling anyone.
Just be
Okay.
gringo and you're gonna be loved.
Exactly.
Just be gringo, you're gonna be
And-
loved.
And be weird and be different.
See, we're
because-
faking it right now, me and Joel. We
you
both
making
got
it?
we got our fashion boots on,
Got fashion boots. Yeah.
and tonight we will meet 0 women.
Zero. You do not
That's
wear
what I
fashion
mean.
boots. Wear
That's
your
what I
dirty
mean.
ass shoes and get on out there. No, but Andrew said something earlier, and that was one of my things about faking. Fake it till you make it. Do you guys believe in faking it till you make it?
See.
Yes.
You believe it?
Yes, I agree with that.
We all agree.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Because in this world where everyone's like, let's just be real and show your real
No,
self,
fuck it.
I think that we all, right? Fuck that shit, right? Like,
But yeah.
like honestly, in Colombia, people, like, if you're gonna come here as North American or European here, and you just have like regular money, like, you know, you had a job, you saved some money, you're gonna be forced to fake it. I faked it. I faked it to become the photographer that I am in a way today and known in people's eyes. I literally said, I don't have time for you right now, when I had all the time in the fucking world. I could have, no, but for
I've
real.
done this
I'm
shit.
like, my friend actually, he's like, Joel, you got to play your shit up. He's like, no, I got a hotel tomorrow, so I can't get to your job. I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to lose this money, but I'm going to tell these people this. Hey, I got a hotel tomorrow, so I can't get to that. And honestly, I don't know about Colombia because I can't speak for Colombia, and I don't speak about the world, but in Medellin, that shit works.
Oh, no,
In
but in
Medellin,
the
it
world
works.
it does because you attract that energy.
You attract that energy. You're like, oh my God, I can't get him, therefore I'm going to try to get him. And I think that's how I even grew in, call it, popularity in photography here. People are like, I can't get this guy. He photographs for some foreigners. You know, I even tried to dress nicer. I legitimately bought clothes, bags, and
To
shit.
look like that photographer.
Yeah, that I couldn't really afford.
But
And I
that's the
believe it.
thing. In my opinion, there's a line where, and that's why I think the fake it till you make it works. Because when you fake it right, you're no longer faking, you're being it.
You're
If you
right.
fake it right.
You adapt.
Right?
Yeah, yeah. And
So-
that's the whole
yeah.
visualization of things. Like, I believe in, you know, I guess what people nowadays call the law of attraction,
Me too, yeah.
whatever that is. But it's all psychology. If you believe something enough, it becomes real because you act that way.
That way,
and,
exactly.
And you
You have to fake it right.
you find a way to make it real. So yeah, and right now Colombia is not faking it because right now we are having a lot of protests.
Yeah, that's not fake.
Yeah, there's a lot of protests against the government, against things that are not right in the country, and
Tax reform.
yeah, tax reform, police reform.
All
This whole
reforms.
podcast is going to get censored, by the way, because one of the biggest debates right now, or problems in Colombia, censorship, in case no one knows, is that they're censoring anything that goes against the government and whatever. And so right now, we could technically, if this podcast doesn't make it,
Let's
or you
not
see
get
it has views,
censored.
yeah, we're not getting censored. So we're not getting censored. We're not going to talk about it. But
well,
censorship.
but we're not. Yeah, but I'm not going to give an opinion. I'm just saying what's happening right now is that there are protests. Some of
Yeah.
them are peaceful. Some of them are not peaceful.
Yeah. Can I say something about
yeah,
that?
go ahead.
Here's the thing, and I'm going to come up with another fake. We're going to talk about something that was a very big, like, hashtag, the POTUS, POTUS, how do you say it? POTUS? POTUS. He talked about fake news. The
President of the United States. POTUS.
So fake news, that's a big thing. So how does someone in Colombia get real news? What the hell? Like, people are worried about real news in the United States? I mean, the entire of Colombia is controlled by between 5 to 10 families who control media, who control everything here. And I'm not talking about their views or anything, but like one of the big things that I have a problem with, and there's a much larger, lower class, undereducated population in Colombia than, call it, the United States or Canada, which has a bigger middle class population, access to the internet, access to newspapers. Here, access to information is a lot lower. And I'm wondering, like, how are people basing their lives on potential fake news? There's a lot of fake news.
There's a lot of fake news.
Like, well, where do you get your news about Colombia? I you know where I get my news? Facebook. Firstly,
Twitter.
legitimately, like, I don't log on to like a world renowned what do you call them? Like
Un canal.
like no, but like journalist.
Okay.
Right? Like, I don't know who to look for to say this is a
Yeah, I got
reliable source of information. Like, people are like, what's going on in Colombia? This is fake news. This right here is fake news.
I said it.
No, but it is fake news,
I
right?
said it.
Like we listen to some Facebook and some friends, and we come and we spit our opinion. Yeah, right. Like it's fake news about Colombia. It's our reality of Colombia. But what's really going on in Colombia? Fake news.
Yeah.
Fake news.
Well, and even we don't really know what's going on behind the scenes. Like we don't know. In order to understand why people are protesting and why people are getting in confrontations with the police and all that stuff, you have to know the history of Colombia. Yeah.
Exactly.
You have to know the history of the presidents, of the narcos, it goes, of the paramilitaries, of the internal conflict, and it goes back many, many years. Yeah. So for those of you guys wanting to come out here, and I'm going to ask this question to you guys, there's many people out there that want to come to Colombia, and they're like, oh, we don't know what the hell's going on because obviously CNN is not covering it. Fox News wouldn't cover it if it was in their own country. Or Colombian channels aren't covering really what's going on the street. Lita, is Colombia safe to travel in right now? Yes or no?
Well, if a friend of mine will say that they're coming, right? I'm talking about a friend of mine. I will say just come.
Okay.
I will say.
Why would you say just come?
Because at this point today, the protests are a little bit more organized, I think. So you can kind of avoid that if you are a traveler. Obviously, if you're a part of the city, no. But if you're a traveler and you want to get to know the city and see some things, you can plan a day. It's maybe 2 weeks ago, no, you couldn't plan a day at all. But I'm going to say, I feel, don't burn me up because of this, but I think that right now you can say like, okay, today I'm not going to this place because, I'm a tourist and there will be a big protest, so I'll stay away of this area. Today you can do that. I don't know tomorrow. Definitely 2 weeks ago you couldn't. So I will say yes.
Okay. What about Joel? What do you think?
So let's go. I'm going to read a message from Jalen Owens. Jalen, if you're watching this, he said, yo, what up, fam? Been tuning into your podcast for about a week now. I think you are super dope. Love the vibes you bring on the show. I actually have a move scheduled to Medellin. And Jalen, I hope you don't hate me for doing this. For the beginning of June, decided to take a leap and commit to being a digital nomad. Just wondering if you think it's still a good time to go with all the protests that's going on. I'm not worried about it personally, but I still think I should ask. Also, any tips you would give me as a brother, and a brother means a man of color, coming to Medellin, or resources you suggest I get involved with before coming. And honestly, I was really, really busy, and he said, thank you.
Bad brother.
Right?
Bad brother.
I was a bad brother.
Bad brother.
Damn,
but listen.
You're like a white brother.
Yeah, damn.
So I'm like, okay, like a white brother, I'm gonna respond to it. This what I told him. I said, and so this is my honest truth. I said, hey man, thanks for writing and tuning into the show. I think it's still all right to come. Obviously, the lockdowns and stuff can be a bit annoying.
That's true, yeah.
And it's all part of the experience.
True.
People here think the worst of the protests have passed. We'll wait and see. Either way, being here during the protests and COVID will be part of your unique experience.
Damn.
And your unique story and your unique Medellin. Congrats on committing to the digital life. So my thought on it is
I want to go to Medellin now.
No, but my thought on it is like, okay, you're trying to come here. Do you want the perfect story? Do you want to say that I came here, I landed perfectly, I got there, I met a girl, we settled down, we had a baby, we bought a dog, or do you want your own experience? I don't want to hear someone else with the same experience as me. So listen, if you don't like risk, this is not a place for you to come because it is risky. You could get shut down for 2 days and trapped before you get to go out. But you get to experience Latin America, the real deal. You're not trying to go to Miami. You're not trying to go to Spring Bling, right? You're trying to come here to experience something, there's political stuff going on. You're not going to get killed unless, of course, you're an idiot in the middle of a riot with your freaking signs and your face painted and throwing rocks at the police. It's never going to touch you. but at least you get to experience something that I think is part of life, and this is the life of Colombia happening right now.
Right.
If you want that, come through. If not, stay at home, put your mask on, social distance.
Also, keep in mind that these big riots are in some cities. It's not all Colombia, because a friend of mine, they were like, "Oh, it's all." I mean, I said, there are some cities right now, yeah, but if you're traveling to, I don't know, San Andres, you'll be cool.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like that global. So
How the hell do you riot on a small little island with blue sand,
I don't know,
with white
but
sand?
I
blue
love
beaches?
San Andres.
Me too.
Yeah.
And the
love
sugar mommies of Colombia do too.
That's
On that note, there has been a lot more tourism than obviously before, because we were completely shut down and locked down. So
Right.
there are more tourists out here. Crime, in my opinion, crime has gone up because I've seen it.
Yeah.
In our own neighborhood,
See.
where it never or very rarely happened.
Now it's more
Recently,
often,
it's more often where someone will get mugged, a restaurant will get robbed
at the middle of the day.
in the middle of the day. Yeah, I hate to criticize the police, but they're fucking shit.
No, let's criticize them.
Yeah, police here
Vayan
are
a hacer
shit.
su trabajo.
Yeah, like honestly, it's like I mean, I don't even know.
You know what I call that? We're gonna get back to the topic of fake, because I have it in my notes, because I take notes.
Please,
I call
be
it.
free. You do
I
you.
call it a fake sense of security. Colombia, Medellin produces, and people like me and Andrew are guilty of it, right? A fake sense of security, because we're like, honestly, I think like people like me and Andrew, because we love this city and we love Colombia a lot, and we love this city, the city in particular, so much that we paint the most beautiful picture of Medellin, and it's a very beautiful place. But don't get it twisted. Don't get a fake sense of security. You could be sitting in a cafe, and a guy could walk in looking normally and pull a fucking gun
and
Or
take
you-
your computer.
and take
Yeah.
your computer.
And then you'll read on a forum. It's like, oh, you were giving papaya, and then they'll.
What does that mean?
Yeah.
But then he wasn't giving papaya.
What is giving?
Yeah,
I saw the video. He
well,
wasn't giving
it's victim blaming.
Yeah, victim.
It's
Blaming.
victim
It's a Colombian way to accept the violence and the crime in Colombia. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, we accept it, and it's your fault for being the victim.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, the police here are shit. So and the justice system is shit. So don't rely on them. So don't go out in the
your
street with your
fault.
computer.
Stay inside.
If you go out with your computer, it's your fault. You
your
gave
fault.
diste papaya.
Yeah.
So it's like it's like a very backwards way of thinking, but you're in a backwards country. You're not in a first world country. Second, you'll see a lot of people on a lot of forums in like Gringo or expat community saying like, well, yeah, if you go to Detroit, Flint, Michigan, or whatever, you're gonna get. Yeah, we're not in fucking Flint, Michigan. We're literally in the Beverly Hills of Medellin,
And you get your
and this
ass
shit's
robbed.
still happening.
Yeah.
So it's not a valid comparison. So don't get your thoughts twisted on that. Like, oh yeah, it could happen anywhere in the world. Yeah, it's not gonna happen in fucking Mission Viejo, Orange County, California, or in like Simi Valley. You know, that shit doesn't happen. It's very rare that someone walks into a restaurant with a gun and robs
Middle of the
people
day, in a
in the
nice-
middle of the day
Yeah.
and then doesn't get caught. It
Doesn't
could
get caught.
happen.
You getting busted. Chances are you're getting busted.
Police and investigator, what do you call it, detectives are going to get on the case, and they're going to find that person eventually, or put up a ransom for like, hey, this guy stole a bunch of money or whatever. There's a ransom for him. Here, it's not going to happen. And if you try to act tough, you'll get shot in the head.
Yeah.
And you
Or
will never
stabbed.
be heard of again, and that person will never get caught.
They'll never get caught.
So it's not. We're not saying that Medellin is perfect, but we're also saying that right now, if you're a regular person that doesn't party like with hookers and do cocaine, which I love, you're not gonna get in trouble. You're gonna be fine.
Hell of a drug. Hell of a drug. So no, but you're gonna be fine. But for real, and I said it. Fake sense of security. I tell all of my family, and I think maybe I had to do that. I love this Medellin. It's the greatest place on earth. Blah blah. It is the greatest place on earth for me. But I'm willing to take the risk of getting robbed
Exactly.
to be here because there's so many benefits. But please, if you're afraid of a knife, you're afraid that maybe you could potentially get robbed for your iPhone and your smartwatch connected to your Bluetooth headset, the thing is, you can. So if you are coming here, just a word of advice, not to scare you, but just dumb the shit down a little bit. Leave it over there for when you go back, so you can, be fully connected.
That's true. Yeah.
And everything else that is going to be okay. But don't have a false sense of security based on the articles, the blogs, and stuff that people like me and Andrew write, because we love this place. We love this place unconditionally, regardless of if there's a possibility of being mugged. And so, yeah, don't get faked out by the security here.
Well, I agree, but same time I disagree. Ooh. Why do I disagree?
What?
I need the audience to say ooh.
You do your own sound.
I'm
You
my
do
own
your own
audience.
sound effects.
Sound effects.
But you
She
see-
brought the ship. Ooh.
You see how I swim?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So I think you're right, and you're very right. But at the same time, I do think it's a little bit. It's not like. Well, I mean, I've met a lot of tourists, and when they come here, they say, "Oh, my family said you're gonna get kidnapped," and blah blah blah. That is a little bit far away from.
Extreme.
Yeah, that's extreme. I mean, it is true that you can get robbed. I almost got robbed the other day in a posh area. I told you, and
Yeah.
I got the. ¿Cómo se dice?
Yeah,
Scratches.
scrapes on you.
Yeah, and it was a posh area. I wasn't giving papaya for sure.
You were giving papaya because you were on the street.
Yes.
That's what a
Exactly.
Why were
Colombian
you on
would
the
tell you.
Exactly.
Ah, es que
Why
estaba
were you
dando
on the
papaya,
street? No.
Were you on the street on a
caminando la
Saturday?
calle con la cartera.
My friend said, pero usted sola de noche ya, no mija.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Why are you out after 6 o'clock? You deserve to get robbed. You fucking.
En plena pandemia, mi.
No, pues, mejor dicho, I'm guilty of that.
You're
But-
guilty
No,
of walking.
of being the people that says you gave papaya.
Yeah, okay,
But there's
yeah,
a reason
sure,
for
they're
that.
right.
There's a reason for that. First of all, we can't go with our hearts. I mean, obviously, it's not normal that you get robbed, right? And obviously, I shouldn't tell you, try to not get robbed. That's obviously the ideal world. So it is when you say like, but you were giving papaya, you're getting away from what is ideal. We understand that's not good. We understand that's not normal and not supposed to happen.
Mm-hmm.
But if we go to the real world where it is happening, that's when we go like, you should have do this or did what or blah, blah, blah. Obviously, you shouldn't get robbed. That's obvious. But we try to like assume that's not what's happening. We're talking in a situation where you can get robbed. When that thing comes to the equation, you say, okay, in that case, what are you doing to not be robbed? You know?
Yeah.
So the past video when I said, the girl that commented on the Instagram, because I said that this is what I say, if you're a gringo and you're in Prado Centro with your camera, you're asking to get robbed. And this girl, she said to me like she disagreed to that. And I was like, okay, maybe that's not the best way to say it, but still it's real.
It's reality, yeah.
So I'm sorry, if I have a friend, I couldn't fool him with the fake security.
Yeah, you can't give them the fake sense of security.
Exactly.
So really quick on Lita's point, and actually something like on a personal note, last year for the first time in my life, I started speaking to a psychologist. Or as you would call in the United States and Canada, shrink. I got a shrink.
Okay.
And I was saying like sometimes I feel like honestly one of the things that I like to be is pure at heart. Like I like to be genuinely like nice to people, and I'm like, I'm nice to you, I'm nice to you, I'm nice to you. And she looked at, she actually giggled. I was like, it's the first time I heard her laugh. She was like, and she went like, what the fuck is that? Why are you laughing at me? You're my psychologist. Why the fuck are you laughing at me?
You're such a loser. I'm sorry.
No,
What?
but here's I know. She's like, what a little Canadian loser. And she was serious. She said, listen, and for everybody coming here and for anybody living here that have your whole opinion about, Colombia this, Colombia that, listen, we're from different places. She said, listen to me. We all have to have a toolkit, a toolbox, your herramientas, right? Like you have them there. So in Canada, your toolbox is filled with trust, love, we're all great, we're blah, 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 blah. A Colombian, Venezuelan maybe, toolbox is filled with a lot more. Hey, watch out, that person could rob you. Watch out, there's narco traficantes. Watch out, the government might kill you.
Watch out, this person is weirdly, suspiciously nice.
Yes, so watch out, and you take those and you put it in your toolbox. And she said, Joel, you have to put these in your toolbox. You cannot bring your Canadian toolbox
True. Totally
to
true.
Colombia
I like that.
because you need Colombian tools. You cannot come with an American or a Canadian toolbox and complain about being in Colombia because their tools are different. They're built differently. The history's different. Reality's different. Poverty's different. And you know what? Honestly, if me and Andrew, if we went back to North America, we'd probably be a lot like I am. Honestly, I go to Canada. I don't leave my cell phone in the food court on the table. I take it and put it in my pocket. And
People
people
like-
see me like, what are you doing? I'm going to Canada with my Colombian toolbox, right? With everything that's in there. And if you're coming here to live, to vacation, the reality is different. Come and adapt to the different toolbox.
But don't be extreme.
And it's not like saying that the Colombian toolbox is all negative too.
No,
Like
exactly.
if I go to the United States, I go and I ask out any girl to dance. Something that I would never do in the past.
Yeah.
Because I have my American toolbox where I'm afraid of women.
Scared, yeah.
Your Colombian tool now.
My
let's
Colombian
hear-
tool comes out
Yeah.
and I'm like, hey, let's dance.
What do you mean comes
You can
out?
actually say, let's
Yeah,
dance.
yeah, let's
You can
dance.
actually say that.
Yeah, it's
You're
like-
not scared to ask
It's
to
not like,
dance.
oh, I'm scared she's gonna say no. She says no, then I'll
It's
just
for real.
kick her in the head.
It's for real. The penis goes back into your system because you're like, oh my God.
So there are
I'm gonna
good
get
tools.
fucking
Yeah.
yeah.
Or
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. So I guess rounding this off, first of all, Colombia right now is going through some shit, and we're all living through it, and we are living. We're here.
Yeah.
We're doing a podcast.
Yep.
There's people out front, literally lined up
Yep.
to go eat at
Exactly.
And come
at
watch
a restaurant
us.
in front of our house, watching us through the window.
Yeah.
And things are okay. I mean, in my opinion,
Yep.
in my life, things are great, actually.
Yeah.
And if you're planning to come to Colombia, just make sure that you're going to know that it's going to be a different experience, as Joel was saying. It's going to be your own experience. There may be lockdowns. There may be not. I mean, it changes almost every week. But even if there is or if there isn't, it could define your experience. So make sure to be prepared for that. And I guess any closing words about fakeness or life in general? Any last words?
I think, and I'm gonna take back what I just said earlier. If you're going to fake it well. Fake it really well. Like, fake it.
I fake it all the time in bed.
Wow.
Girls, wait, girls, don't fake it in bed because they won't learn. So on the topic, don't fake it. Be real.
Sometimes I'm just tired. I'm like, oh,
I just
girl,
wanna sleep.
thank you.
Yeah, but like in general, if you're going to fake it, that's a way. That's a good way to fool your brain to do things that you will normally not do. So, but do it well, okay? Do it very well. And about the situation in Colombia, as Andrew said, it's different right now, obviously. And if it's not about the quarantine, then it's about some protest or whatever. But I think you can still come and you can still have an interesting trip. Yeah.
All right. And on that note, fuck the fake people. I'm talking to the real people, the people that actually support
All
this
the
show.
brothers.
The
what?
brothers.
All the brothers?
All the brothers.
The real
all
people,
all
the
the
one that
brothers
fakes.
and
All the
sisters.
brothers.
that
Why is
want-
it always different when you say it like a gringo act? Like, all the brothers. Then you know it's like white people saying brothers, and it's like
Okay.
Because it's
racist.
like
and then
ER
it's like,
versus A.
oh, the
and you know what I'm
brothers.
talking
Say,
about.
say, say it like a black people
no,
brother.
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 But it's a ER versus A, and you guys know what I
Brother.
mean. No, but thanks everybody that watches this show, supports this show, the people that are like, when are you guys coming back? You know, thanks for like supporting us. As I said earlier in this show, we want this podcast to be great, not just to get followers on Instagram and stuff, but we want to give like really good content, really great people, really great messages, anything that you guys want to hear more of. For those of you that reach out and said, hey, bring Lita Candela back, here she is. That's the type of stuff that we're listening to. At least I'll say, if you think I'm fake, call me out on the fakeness, because you know what? I think that this is a show where that's a real booty.
I'm getting
whereas
my
it's
people
just-
to say
it's all
that I
yeah.
should come
That's
back.
how. Wait, if you like Lita's booty, click the like button. It's
And
real.
the subscribe.
Click the subscribe and like.
I'll show you a
subscribe
picture.
And like. Yeah, she's gonna send you a free picture.
Oh my God, then I'll have
Subscribe
to
and
do
like.
it.
Keep supporting us. Thank you for watching
Thank you.
episode number 61 of the Colombian
See you later.
Podcast.
And I
Have
do
a great
speak
night.
like the guy from Ant-Man. It's true.
You are Ant-Man. You are like an ant.
it's true. Yeah.
Cool.
all right, thank you.
Thank you.
Good job. Good
Thank you,
job.
sir.